Okay, we are starting this interview now with part-timer Christi Moore. And Christi has been with me for quite a while now. How long has it been, Christi? About 10 months?
The 1st
months?
of September. The 1st of September.
Okay. So, yeah, probably about 10 or 11 months now. It's now
Yeah.
June. So, yeah, about 10, 11 months.
Yep.
And you work full-time for, what is it, FedEx or something like that? Or UPS?
I'm a full-time driver.
Full-time driver for FedEx. Okay.
Yes.
And you flip phones on the side, right? Like part-time?
Yes.
And what are you averaging for sales right now, Christi?
The last 60 days I had, I think it's about $9,500.
$9,500. Okay, so pretty close to $5,000 a month you're doing.
Yeah.
As a full-time, still being a full-time FedEx driver. That's good. And
yes.
FedEx is a pretty hectic job, right? You don't get much of a break there, and you're driving a lot. Is that correct? Or?
No, I don't. So I work, 40 to 50 hours a week there, and then I have to come home and take care of a 2-year-old. So, yeah, my plate's kind of full. You have to fit in the time for phone flipping for sure.
So what can you say to people that want to do this but are in the same predicament as you? You know, they've got a busy full-time job, they've got kids, family, or whatever. What are some of the things that you do to still make really good money part-time while maintaining that full-time job and the family and everything?
Well, I mean, I'm able in my job, I can stop and answer phone calls when I need to. I know I'm working, but I can still stop and answer the phone. I text. I try to, this is just me. Like if I post in a Facebook group that's in a city that's not close to me, and I'll try to kind of blow up that Facebook area with groups. And then when I get some phones, I will coordinate them all to meet up like we're all going to meet Friday, or Thursday or whatever night's good for everyone. So I can just go to one part of the Metroplex and grab as many phones as I can in one night. I try to get them right after work. So I still have time to take care of my family things, commitments in the evening. If I get off work at 4 or 4:30, I can grab, phones and then still get back in time to do dinner and all the things that I need to do.
So you are taking all these people, lining them all up, and meeting them all at once right at work. So you'll have 2 or 3 people lined up at the same place basically, and you'll buy the phones all at once from these people?
Yes.
I used to do the same thing actually too. Even when I was doing it full time, I still do that just to save me time. That's
exactly. It makes sense just to say, okay, I'm going to be at McDonald's or Starbucks at this location. And then, they'll kind of stagger. Like I'll meet somebody and then one day it was like the minute one drove off, another one pulled up, so I had 3 phones in 30 minutes and I was out of there.
That's awesome. That's excellent. And you make yourself a good, $100, $200, $300 profit in a matter of 20 minutes, right? Basically.
Exactly.
Excellent.
I'm kind of greedy. I mean, I'm like, I know when I first started this course, I would take a $30 or $40 profit, no big deal. Now it's like, shoot, I want $75 to $100 profit off every phone.
Yeah, it's funny. Newbies are always, when people join the course, they're like desperate to get a deal, and they'll take $20 profit, $15 profit. But then when you start figuring this out and you're making good money, it's like $40. Yeah, do I want to make the trip?
Yeah, they're calling me about a cracked HTC, and I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll come get it. But now it's like, I'm not even gonna, no, that's all right, thanks.
Excellent. So that's great that you really figured this whole system out. And you mentioned something about posting in Facebook groups that are not near you. Is that what you said?
I'm in the Dallas Metroplex. So, there's lots of cities in the Metroplex. Okay. And, I might have a city in, let's just say, Mesquite, which would take me, 15, 20 minutes to get there. So all of the kind of little areas around Mesquite, there's lots of buy-sell groups for every city. So I'll hit that one side of the Metroplex with my ads so that, because if I post in all of the buy-sell groups all around this Metroplex, I'm going to have people calling me from, north, south, east, and west. And I can't really manage that with a full-time job. So I try to blow up one side of the area and then I'll blow up the other side. And that way it keeps me kind of going in one direction at one time a day. And, that's how it works best for me anyway.
Okay, great. So you'll focus your Facebook groups right into one city so that you get all your calls there, and then you can line them up. Instead of trying to go crazy trying to do all of it, you're going to stay in one spot and you make it the most efficient use of your time as possible.
Exactly. I guess that's part of being a FedEx driver. I like to make the most efficient, do the best I can with my time. So
now, are you able to answer phone calls as a FedEx driver, or do you text?
I text a lot, but after boot camp, I have been answering the phone.
Okay.
Because
so you came to my boot camp at my store and then you realized that texting is not as efficient. You started calling. But now some people have jobs they can't call, they do text.
Exactly.
So are there times of the day during your job where you can't call, you have to text, or no?
No, there's no time that I have to, because I'm just delivering packages, so I can stop, pull over, and take a phone call if I have to. A lot of people will text me, and if they text me initially, I might text them back and then call them, say, because a lot of people, even with my Craigslist ads, they don't call me, they text me. So,
okay. So they'll text you and then you'll say something like, hey, I'll call you in 5 minutes or something like that, just to let them know that you're there and you're a real business, and, so they don't call a competitor or something like that, basically.
Right, exactly.
Okay, great. That's excellent. Are there any apps that you use or anything in particular that makes your job easier working, like part-time or anything? Or is it just more you're focused on the efficiency of everything?
No, just the efficiency of it. And I don't use any other apps. Yeah.
Okay, so you focus on making your time as valuable as possible. For example, lining everybody up all in one shot rather than trying to meeting them random different times of the day or meeting them on the spot. You're lining up all those deals in one part of the day.
Right. And because I'm a FedEx driver and I'm traveling in my area throughout the day, I've had people come to my route and meet me, and just walk up to my FedEx truck and give me their phone.
I used to do that when I was full-time carpet cleaning. I used to have people while I was on a carpet cleaning job come sell me a phone. That's fantastic.
I'll stop and I'll go into my lunch mode, and I'll take a lunch and I'll say I'll be right here, and then they'll come there. So that works. But that doesn't happen very often. But
Okay. This is fantastic advice. Is there anything else that you think that maybe other people aren't doing that are part-timers that you do that really well that maybe could help them increase their sales?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I'm doing anything. I think it's just probably because I've been doing a bit longer than maybe some of your new people. You could negotiate better with people. You know what to say, what to ask for. You know what you're talking about. And you've talked about that many times. Do research. Know your phones. Know the things about each phone and each service. So I just think it's with time and experience in doing this, it just makes it easier and, makes my ads better. I know exactly what I'm going to ask for. My ads are pretty specific, especially on Facebook, as opposed to just saying I buy all phones, because people, especially on Facebook groups, because if they see an ad for someone wanting to buy a phone, they have a Samsung S3 that with a cracked screen they want to sell, and I can't buy that, so I try to, nudge people into the mode of newer cell phones with my ads. And, but I think that's about it.
Okay. So you try to go for more of the higher end stuff that's going to kind of make you more money, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying I won't buy an S5, but it's not going to be something that I'm not going to travel anywhere to buy something for, or I'm only going to make $30 off of it. Obviously no one would do that, and maybe it's because I'm not, I know certain people need the money more desperately maybe than I do. It's not that I can't live without this income. This is just bonus money for me,
The flipping phones is just bonus money, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just bonus money. Some
So
people
it's nice that you just, you work a few hours a week and bank an extra $2,000-3,000 a month profit, right? Just kind of setting a few things up every week.
Exactly.
That's pretty decent. Most people would love to have a good job where, I know FedEx drivers make pretty decent money. So you probably need, a pretty decent, substantial income at your job. And then there's just some extra $2,000-3,000 a month where you can either bank it and save it, or, you get some nice travel money you're spending cash, right? Is that what it is?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I've been at FedEx for 25 years. So yeah, I make, the most I can make as a driver. This is just to help supplement things. And, I have this toddler I'm taking care of. So having a baby is an added expense, and daycare. So yeah, it just kind of helps out with all of that. So.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. How many hours would you say you actually spend going out to flip the phones part-time? Per week on average?
Yeah. as far as going out and getting phones, maybe about 3 to 5 hours.
And does that include like listing as well and posting?
No, that's just out in time. Well, yeah, maybe about 5 if you consider listing time. It doesn't take very long to throw up Craigslist ads or delete and repost. That takes no time at all.
So you're spending about, and that's posting, doing listings, everything about 5 hours a week. That's pretty realistic.
That's probably pretty realistic for me. Yeah.
Okay, great.
When you consider, you drive somewhere to get a phone, you might be gone for 30 minutes. Okay, so that's one phone, or even sometimes 2, depending on what you're doing. So yeah, probably about 5, maybe a little more on some weeks, but the beauty of this is that if you have commitments and things, you don't have to list. You don't have to, like this week, my granddaughter has swim lessons every day after work. So I haven't posted or done anything this week because I knew that I would not be able to go and meet people. And as we all know, when someone wants to sell a phone, they want to sell it now. So I just kind of put everything off for this week. And so I'll hit it back hard again Friday and Saturday and get rolling again for next week.
And then you just list when you have some time that's extra.
I list all the time except for this week. This is the first time I've ever said I'm not doing anything because, now people are still calling me for my Craigslist ads. I didn't delete them. But I'm not bumping things and posting on Facebook because I knew I was going to be limited on my time.
Okay. So for you, this is truly a part-time thing. You kind of just do it as you feel like, and you're still doing pretty solid numbers. I mean, 9,500 bucks in 60 days for putting that little hours in is pretty amazing for most people that would take this course. Is there any final things, any final words that you want to give, or any tips that you have for anybody else that's taking the course right now, Christy?
That's taking it, or that is thinking about taking it?
That's taking it. That's taking it.
No, just be diligent. Just keep posting ads. Just keep putting up those Craigslist ads. People do call. In the beginning, I didn't get many calls on Craigslist. I didn't have as many ads up as I should have, and I was getting most of my business through Facebook. But I've realized, especially since boot camp really motivated me, that Craigslist does work. You just have to have all the ads up there. You can't skate by with 5 or 10 ads and think that you're going to get any calls. You have to keep the ads up. You have to look at them every day, make sure they've not been flagged. You just have to really be diligent on those to get the calls that you need. So,
is there anything you would say to anybody who's like working a job right now and they think they're too busy, they're not able to go do this?
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that, other than the fact that I know there are some people that can't actually take a phone call. I haven't found anybody that has been that impatient that they couldn't wait 20 or 30 minutes or an hour before I could get back to them. So if someone's at a job where they can't sit on the phone, they could, say, hey, I can call you back in a couple hours whenever they take their lunch break or whatever. And that should be fine. Like I said, I've never found anybody that said, oh no, if you can't talk to me now, I'm out of here. So, especially if they know that you're a real business, and I have my own Facebook page for my business. So I get a lot of views on that. I think it seems like when I re-up all my Craigslist ads, I notice more activity on my Facebook page. So
you're the second person who said they use the Facebook page for this. So maybe that's a good thing too for part-timers. Have that Facebook page so people know you're legitimate too.
And yes, and I post pictures of myself with my customers when I buy phones from them. Like they'll hold up their cash and I'll be beside them holding up the phone that I just bought.
That's great.
I'll take a picture and I'll put it on my page. And then I have everyone, hey, please leave me a review on there. So people can look on there and say, oh yeah, she is legitimate. This is not just, some fly by night thing. She really does have a business going on, and this is who she is. So.
Awesome. Well, Christy, thank you so much for taking your time to help everybody and do this interview with me. I really appreciate it. And I think for anybody watching this, I think the thing to get out of this one is to keep your time as efficient as possible and use the 80-20 rule. It's the Tim Ferriss calls it the 4-hour work week. You're literally doing the 4-hour work week with this.
Exactly.
It's 5 hours, but
Yeah.
So thanks again, Christy. I appreciate it.
All right, Dave.